Hey, how's it going, everybody? Hope you're doing well. And I hope the stream is doing well too, despite YouTube telling me stream status bad. Ensure your connection is fast enough. 14 megabits per second isn't fast enough for you, really? Between 14 and 20, basically. Not fast enough, as far as YouTube is concerned. I mean, it is kind of lame, considering that I have over 100 download. It's weird. A lot of the Canadian internet providers just throttle the upload like hell. Like you can get like 150 megabits a second download and 20 up. It's come on. What? It looks like in the new place I may actually get better rates. At least from what I've seen. Which is ironic because it's a more rural area. Ha. Yeah. The irony. The irony of iron. Yeah, latency. I mean, latency is not a problem either here. But you can't trust what you... Yeah, there we go. Stream status good. For no apparent reason, without changing anything. I guess it just needs to warm up. I'm sure that's not how it works, but... You know, whatever. Reasons. Well, that's good. Yeah, Nova Scotia is pretty decent. I mean, I've seen you can get fiber there, which is not a thing on Vancouver Island, and the highest connect. I mean, we have more ISPs here, it seems, and some of them have pretty decent speeds. But I think the maximum that I've seen was like, what was it? 1.5 gigabits a second download. Like, holy shit, that is blazing fast. Subreddit mall ninja shit. I could probably make entertaining videos out of it, but I don't. I'm not sure if I want to do that to my sanity. You know, you gotta weigh the cost benefit ratio, and in this case, it may not be. It may not be up there. You know. Punk rock, not really. In the 90s, I every now and then I listen to Green Day, but and a couple other punk bands, but lately not really. Favorite type of music? That question again. Metal. Various subgenres of metal, particularly symphonic metal, good old heavy metal, power, speed. What else am I forgetting? I quite enjoy electronic metal, actually. I think those fuse really well. Well, if done well, at least. A lot of good stuff. Sabaton, I like. It can get a little old after a while. Like once you've listened to three albums and you've just it's just more of the same, which is not necessarily wrong. It's just it's a bit of a running wild kind of deal. Like you get the same over and over again. Again, it's not really a bad thing, but I wouldn't listen to it constantly. Epica is good, yeah. Exodus. Not sure I've listened to them. I don't think so. Peter Crowley doesn't ring a bell, no. I might want to look that up though. Let's see. I'll just put that in a tab to check out later. Anthrax, yeah, I've listened to some of it. Camelot, yeah, pretty good. What was it? Hema for an unarmored fight? Damn it. I could only read part of it before it disappeared. Death and black metal, not really. Some symphonic black and death can be pretty good, but I don't like the screechy kind of vocals. I can enjoy growling in combination with melodic vocals. That can work pretty well. Oh yeah, Two Steps from Hell is awesome, for sure. If Hema training can transfer to hand-to-hand combat, I actually made a video about that, so I would recommend you look that up. If I could tell you what it was called, basically, if you search Hema on, actually no, that might give you all kinds of videos. Hema unarmed, Hema modern. Search terms like that should make you find that video. I don't really have anything to add to that. Dropped frames detected. Well, screw you, Streamlabs. How dare you drop frames? That's cheap. It's pretty quiet today, huh? Not a whole lot going on. I mean, I didn't announce this much in advance, so I guess that's no wonder. How many peeps are in here? $56? Yeah, that's not a whole lot. By the way, question for the computer nerds. Do you have any experience with the Logitech G903 and the double clicking issues? Apparently that's a well-known problem. And this has been frustrating the hell out of me lately. It doesn't always happen, but it has phases where it does the stupid shit where you, particularly when I hold the left mouse button, it keeps double clicking, but sometimes also a single click will just cause a double click, which just annihilates work in video editing software. It's nightmarish. I mean, it interferes with all kinds of things, but and I tried to update the drivers. I've actually found custom drivers that were supposed to fix it, and for a time it seemed to go away, but then it returned, and I have no idea what the hell. It's still pretty new. I didn't buy it long ago, but yeah, it drives me insane at times. Anyway, watching videos since you were 15? When was that? Year? I don't know how old you are now, so... If a rapier blade was curved, that's already a problem. A rapier blade is not supposed to be curved. A rapier is primarily for thrusting, so it needs to be straight to really be good at that. Also for, constraining the opponent's blade and control and bind, etc. You would have to... You would turn a thrusting oriented blade into a more cutting blade, and it's a terrible hybrid at that point. It would be bad at both. Because if you want a dedicated cutter, you need a wider blade. you need more blade presence, and yeah. Yeah, mouse settings could have. The thing is, though, that shouldn't really do anything. I mean, unless the double clicking speed is completely off, like so insanely off. I don't even know. No, it's yeah. Double click speed is already very fast to avoid that, and I don't know. It's just doing random shit. As I said, that is a known issue with this mouse. Nope, that's not what I wanted. Just want to check for super chats. Nope, not yet. Not surprising with how few people are there. Ease of access setting? Maybe? Kinda doubt it. Oh, yeah. It's already. I tried to draw the window and instead it just maximizes it. It's annoying. It's annoying as hell. Nah, that ain't it. Bastard sword from Todd's workshop. Do you mean the one that's on Cult of Athena? The Cult of Athena right now. Let's see. Todd. Bastard sword. Actually, I might as well show it meanwhile. Right. Let's see. Where is it? Daggers, maces. I don't see any sword. Let's see, just in case I'm overlooking something. No, it's all daggers and maces. So I don't know which one you're talking about. Is it on his website directly? I don't know. Can't tell you. The one on his main site? Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna type stored. I'll get there. There we are. Daggers, knives, maces. Wait, did I skip the sword somehow? Huh? Wait, where are they? Where are they? Miscellaneous scabbards, leatherwork. No swords? Where the hell is it? I can't find it. It's not under daggers, is it? Like, oh yeah, this is a super long dagger, bro. That's nice though. Yeah, no, can't tell you. It's not. Doesn't seem to be anywhere there. Not that I can see, at least. Todd's workshop. Not Cutler. Is that different? Why is that different, though? Why? Okay. Yeah, that's where he sells the crossbows as well, I'm assuming. There we are. So this one, German Bastard Sword. That is certainly pricey. Based on a specific find from the Wallace collection. That sounds oh wait, I'm not actually showing it. That sounds very good. It looks nice, for sure. Unsurprisingly, Todd does very precise work. Okay. I don't know. It's a lot of money. But it is a custom replica, so it does seem expensive to me. I would say that. But with custom work, it's really hard to judge. Very hard. Let's put it this way. I wouldn't buy it for this price. But I have a certain upper limit, really. I wouldn't really buy an Albion museum line either. It's too much money to spend on an individual item. You know? Right to Hell Retribution. Nope, have not played it. Hand cage, like Scottish broad, so basket hilt is what you mean. Makyra, yeah, I guess you could do that. I suppose. No temple, no, not really. that's just a bit much. A little bit much. Team up with Metatron, do a video. There's nothing planned. I don't have any collabs planned at the moment. Troll comments get you timed out, by the way, just so you know. There. Think about that. How do you feel about the pommel meme? Old? It's ancient at this point. But it's still alive, clearly. People still use it, and whatever. It doesn't bother me, let's put it that way. Favorite food? Pizza. Dynasty Forge, yes, I have done several reviews of Dynasty Forge swords. If you had to go back to medieval times, what would be your weapon? AK-47? How about that? AK-47 with a bayonet and as much ammo as I can carry. Centuries old, yeah, kind of. Kind of. $20 in, no super chats. You guys are cheap today. Bunch of cheapskates. I am kidding, obviously. In case you have no sarcasm detector. Oh, there we go. See, I just had to point it out. Thanks, Real Fight Frog. See, somebody's not cheap. Anything related to LARP? At one point, I reviewed a LARP sword. I don't really know why. They just offered to send it for review, and I did. And then afterwards, I was like, this was kind of superfluous, wasn't it? Anyway, I do things sometimes for fun or randomness or to try something out, you know? Stuff. Yeah, of course I know about the fashion. I've commented on every single one of the videos of the making. And before you ask, I do not know when it's going to be finished. They told me twice that it would be finished within a week or two, but each time like a month or so passed. So there's been delays, and I don't know when. I'm not sure they know, and we'll see. Review Kitchen Knives. Well, have you seen my April Fool's mock review of a butter knife? Does that count? Have you ever been diagnosed with autism? No troll? No, I have not. I do not have the tism. Just because I need to go back to sleep. Tutankhamun's dagger. Thoughts. It's beautiful. It is very impressive, actually. Let me bring that up. The dagger of the pharaoh. Tutankhamun. Yeah, I think that's how it's spelled. Yeah. It is very nice looking. Meteorite iron. And the gold details on the grip are just stunning. Also the sheath. Definitely one of the prettiest finds ever made in archaeology. I like it. Please, you started rambling again. Really missed it. The last live stream isn't that long ago, actually. Send a PayPal, and I hope I send it to you and not some other guy. Well, I would hope so too. Let me see if I got it. I don't know if somebody else got it. As of now, I don't have an email notification, but let me just log in. I'll check manually because sometimes for some reason it takes a couple of hours for the email notification. Usually it's basically instantaneous, but wait, it's a little bit whatever. A bit late to be adjusting the gain on the mic. Let me see here. PayPal, let me check my PP. Yes. See if anything has come in. I hope so, because otherwise somebody else might have gotten it. I mean, I wouldn't expect that, but whatevs. Blah, 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 whatever. Yeah. Get out of my face with all your notifications, PayPal. Get out of my face. Activities. Get anything? Doesn't look like it. Wait. What even is right now? Oh, there we are. Okay. Okay. I got confused for a moment because under date, it just gave me the time, not the day. So yeah, I got a very generous donation from Dan. Thank you very much. Highly appreciated. Who do you call cheap? Well, it worked, didn't it? Oh, thanks, bro. Appreciated. And then we got two others. I don't know why I didn't get any notifications for it. No, I know you're not Dan, but just give me a moment. I'm just gonna put this up so you know that I'm not seeing the chat right now. There were two others. There we go. One from Victor, who says, first off, massive thanks for the hours and hours of entertainment and honestly good, although one-sided companionship you provided for me. You probably won't recognize my YouTube name, Salat02. No, I don't, sorry. But for quite a while now, I think I haven't missed any of your videos. Maybe you also remember the request to measure your bronze sword. That was awesome. Yes, that I do. Yeah. I was gonna say, I think sometimes, like, when somebody brings something up, then in hindsight, I think like, oh yeah, I remember, even though it's not an actual memory. But just because somebody brought it up, and then you're like, oh yeah, like your brain spontaneously creates a false memory. That happens sometimes. But yeah, I think I saw that. Anyway, really like the Neolithic videos, like the one about Etsy. Seem to have a passion for that, and that shines through the video. Maybe cover bronze axes sometimes. I still have the copper axe that Vaughn made. Do I have it lying around here? Yeah, there it is. Oh no, things start falling. So this I'm definitely going to test out, but that's going to be in a new place, because there will be some trees to take down, and I can see how far I can get. This is going to be a small tree, but this is going to be very interesting to try out, so I'll definitely do that. If I can get my hands on bronze axes as well, then yeah, that would be interesting too. Yes, okay, that's that. So thank you as well. And then there was a third one from Jehoshua. Did I pronounce that correctly? Thank you. This is what I meant. Oh yeah, okay, there's a link. All right. Thank you. I will bring that up. And I'll just stay on the activity list so I see any others that may be coming in. All right, so Todd. This is open now, yes? Yes. Wait, what? Oh, did I put it in the... No, there was just a space. That's it. Give me a moment. There we go. I just need to remove that space and then it should work. There we are. Okay, that one. I reviewed one made by Arms and Armor that must be based on the same original because it looked pretty similar. Not exactly like this, but very similar. Wasn't super impressed by that one, but this one here actually looks more accurate, or at least more detailed. Let's see. I mean, my response for this one is not going to be terribly different compared to the other one, simply because it's still a lot of money. I mean, let me check here. 2,000 British pounds. That's a lot of money, isn't it? There. Wait, what? What did I click on? Accident. Is my mouse spazzing out again? Probably. Stop spasm. Stop the spasming. Here. There. Whew. 3,247 Canadian dollars. Holy shit. I can get like 3 Albions for that. Okay, not quite. 2.5 maybe? At least 2. Like 2 of the higher priced ones. Damn. That's a lot of money. US dollars is... Go. 2,000. Oh, man. Almost 2,500. That's a lot of money. Like, damn. It looks great. I will say that. It looks very good. It looks very detailed. And, yeah, it's nice. Would I pay that much for it? Is it worth it? I can't tell you. I honestly can't tell you. It doesn't say what steel it's made of. It's not enough detail, really. I know he does nice work, but I honestly can't tell you. It seems very expensive, I would say that. It may be worth it, it may not be. Sorry that I can't tell you anything more precise than that. Probably worth it to the right person. Oh yeah, for sure. That always. Here's the other thing. Something made, handmade by an experienced craftsman is always worth more. Like you're paying their time for their time and their it sounds cliche, but the passion that they pour into their craft, if you know what I mean. So I'm sure it's worth it in that regard. Like it's worth for what he puts in it and for his expertise. But from a collector's point of view, from a customer's point of view, it's a lot of money to spend. You know, you also have to keep in mind that the I think the average income is higher. Average income and prices is higher in the UK compared to Canada, at least. So there's that. Son of Samdi. That's a pretty cool name. What are your thoughts on the Game of Thrones finale? Sorry, I do not have a reply to that. Thank you, but I have not watched Game of Thrones. I watched like the first couple of episodes and then I realized what's the point, because I read the books and at that point they were still sticking very closely to the books. Now they've deviated from them, from what I've heard, but it's just too much to get into because there are just so many episodes. I just don't have the time to watch that much, so I don't think I ever will, really. I heard a lot of people, or read about a lot of people bitching about it. Like supposedly the last season was terrible, according to other people, but I don't know. I can't tell you. Have not watched. Sorry. Also, what is MX? MX dollars? What is that? It doesn't really matter. I'm just curious. What is MX? Oh, Mexican pesos. Pesos? Yeah. Huh. Okay. Interesting. Doesn't really matter. I'm not evaluating it based on how much it is. I was just curious. Open lives. They're very good for the price. Kind of they're simplistic, I would call them maybe, but very well made and like surprising value for the money that you pay for them. Oh, now I'm getting the email notifications from PayPal in the wrong order too. Yeah. Way to go, PP. Anyway, I got all of them, it looks like. I'll keep an eye on it though. The finale was objectively bad. How can you say something is object? Well, okay. I mean, there are certain things that you could call objectively bad. Like there are certain mistakes in cinematography. Like, I don't know, if they hadn't done any color grading, that would be an objective mistake. Or if they had, I don't know, bad framing, although that can be intentional sometimes. You can go artsy with it, but that it better have a purpose in that case, you know. There are certain objective mistakes, yes, or you know, editing mistakes or whatever goofs. Like if one of the actors still has his watch on, or you know, stuff like that. You can say that. Shot in complete darkness. I saw people complain about that, but others have pointed out that that was intentional, like to create a certain effect in that setting, in that scene. But I can't tell you. I can't talk about something I haven't watched. Seen like 200 of your vids, and still is Cold Steel a good dealer? Well, they are. It depends. Some of their stuff is pretty good. Like their knives generally are pretty good. Some of their swords are dubious, or at least used to be. I don't have any recent experiences with them. The only one is I had a chance to cut with the Man at Arms messer that Cold Steel makes, that a friend of mine got as a birthday gift, and that seemed pretty good. Although not very historically accurate and oddly way too light. Yeah, I know, right? Cold Steel made something too light. Huh. But yeah, too light for a messer, and kind of, but still good. Like, in and of itself, well made and all. But it depends a lot. Oh yeah, I also reviewed the Man at Arms. What was it? Swiss halberd, which was, I mean, I titled it the "You Get What You Pay For" halberd, and that tells you everything. Like, it's cheap, but it's got problems, which are excusable for the low price, but you still get, you know, something that could be a lot better. That sort of thing. Are you still vegetarian? Yeah, yeah. I hesitated on that because for a while I went back to eating certain types of seafood, you know, like shrimp and oysters and clam meat, stuff like that. Things that, as far as we can tell, are not capable of suffering, because that's my ethical guideline. So that technically makes me not vegetarian, of course. But lately, I haven't really eaten any of that because I realize I don't actually like it. You know, particularly shrimp. I just kind of not really my thing. Pescatarianism is superior. I Nowadays I can't really agree with that. Simply, pescatarian means almost like somebody who only eats fish. Um, Eats fish but no other meat. And the thing is, you have so much contamination in fish nowadays. You know, heavy metals and other environmental pollutants, microplastics, um, parasites. There's all kinds of issues with that. So otherwise, it would be like there are health benefits of fish, but there's a lot of environmental pollutants in them, sadly. And also there's an ethical problem with fishing because they kill a lot of things they're not supposed to. You know, whales and dolphins, etc. Causes a lot of environmental harm too. So yeah, there's some issues with that. Is the Albion Kingmaker good for cutting? Um, Let me take a look at the king. I think I remember what the blade shape looks like, but I gotta double check. I think it's like, I think it's got a hollow grind with like a central ridge. No, wait, was it? Am I misremembering? Let's see, Kingmaker, is there a better? Yeah. Yeah, that looks like a hollow grind. I think that's what it has. Here, that looks... Oh, wait. I gotta show you what I'm looking at, too. That's kind of helpful. Oh, yeah, there you can see that. So, it's probably better in the thrust, but it should still cut decently well. If you want to know which is the best cutting sword that Albion has, I can tell you about that too, like single-handed. I mean, that's what you asked. I can give you my opinion on that. Let's stick to the next gen. Can I just get the entire next gen listed? No. Do I have to go by the categories? No, let's go single hand. Medieval, there we go. Right, the gut yield I've tested myself, and it cuts like an absolute monster. The reeve should cut very well. Looking at how wide that blade is, it's probably fairly thin too. So the reeve should be one hell of a cutter. The vigil, all of these really. The Templar probably cuts very well too. The Caithness is not a great cutter from personal experience. Oh, the Yeoman. Yeah, this should cut very well. The Yeoman, the Sovereign probably as well. Some of the narrower blades may cut really well. I mean, considering how well the... blah. Brain fart. I know its name. Come on. The Gallowglass. How well a Gallowglass cuts. You wouldn't necessarily think so looking at just the blade profile, but it cuts beautifully. So the Kern might cut pretty well. But just looking at the blade profile, the Yeoman and yeah, the Reeve should be one hell of a cutter. Those in particular, I would say. You know. Oh, there's another PayPal. Let me just go there and read it out. Just waiting for it to load. There it is, from Mark, who says, first of all, thank you, Mark. I would love your thoughts on this event called oh wait, it's Quebec, so Bicoline? French pronunciation, I'm assuming? I'm not sure. Would you consider going? I have no idea. There's a link, so I will check it out. Okay. Just give me a moment to put it in. Wait, I gotta remove the... Gotta remove the space again. Mouse, stop messing with me. Okay, boom. Oh, I thought I removed the damn space. Come on. Oh, there's another space. Never mind. That's why. There. Okay. LARP event, I'm assuming? Yeah, that's definitely LARP. Not really interested in LARP. I mean, this looks like a fun event. This looks pretty cool and all. But I've never really had any interest in LARP. Maybe I've just seen the wrong events, you know. The ones with the cringe factor where they go lightning bolt. That's a bit much for my taste. But and then the dude wearing wearing the breastplate directly over his exposed torso. That, oh man, can you imagine the nipple bleed After running around in that for a day, I hope he's taped that shit. But I mean, I don't want to be judgmental. More power to them. I'm sure it's a fun event. It's just not something that I'm personally interested in, you know. So sorry if that comes across as negative. It's kind of like, yeah, looks like fun, but it's not really for me. Yeah, I know, right? So yeah. However, what feel free to judge me because I may actually consider getting into NERF in the new place. I know, right? I can't exactly poke fun at LARP if I'm considering that, but it just seems like a lot of fun and it's way cheaper than airsoft. And there's plenty of blasters that are actually made for adults and not kids. So why not airsoft? Well, because airsoft is much more expensive. Nerf is really cheap. Like you can get a good blaster for like $30. 50 if you wanna reach higher. Airsoft guns like 200 plus. You know. So yeah. But since we'll have quite a bit of space to run around, that may be a lot of fun actually. Looking into getting my first sword, and I'm interested in Indo sword. Indian? You mean? Or do you mean Indo-Persian? I was wondering if the Cold Steel Talwar is any good. I don't know. I've never handled that one. I have an antique Talwar or Talwar, and I can't use it because the grip is too short. They have very, very short handles. And yeah, I'm sorry, can't tell you. I've never used it, and I would not want to make up something about a thing that I don't have direct experience with. And I can't make a general statement because again, cold steel is very hit or miss. Um, Super immersive slash fun slash fantasy event with relatively safe combat and has an epic feeling. Yeah, I don't doubt that. I don't doubt that at all. I'm sure it's a lot of fun. I mean, maybe at some point I'll try it out. I don't know. Yeah, there's plenty of nerf modifications to increase the power, which is needed because a lot of them are rather feeble by default, but I mean, it depends on which ones, apparently. Covering more armor related stuff in the new place? Yes. Yes, for sure. I will be able to do a lot more tests on a regular basis than I can here because I can set things up there permanently without having to, transport stuff who knows where. And it's just, there's been a lot of challenges here. Frustrating ones. You know? Yeah, you can just get an expert to help you out with a weapon. I'm not sure what you're talking about, but okay. There's no lightning bolt magic, no skills. You can do what you can do. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Less cringy that way, for sure. Let me just make sure that I'm not overlooking PayPal's again, because clearly the email notification is not to be relied on. Okay, no, it's all good. Indeed, you can have permanent crossbow targets, big heavy armor stands, and so on. Yes, certainly. And I'm very much looking forward to that. And all the other things I will be able to do there. Although I am a little scared of the running costs overall, but we'll see. Yes, yes. Yeah, I think we're all looking forward to that. I would think so. I have no thoughts about his book because I haven't looked into it. I don't know what it's about, and I don't have time to read fiction. I have to be pretty careful with how I allocate my available time. And lately, I've just been reading nonfiction. Like I've been reading up on, well, things like this homesteading, because that may be relevant in the new place. I mean, I don't really know yet if we're going to get into homesteading because that opens an entire can of worms. That is very, very time consuming. So we might just do it partially, just kind of to supplement things we buy. Like we're not gonna go like full off-grid self-sufficient. That's just too much, at least in the beginning. But I would like to get into it if we can get it done. Well, considering the additional time demands, it may be difficult, but it's interesting for sure. Very much so. Have you ever been in a mosh pit? No, and I would never want to. I'm way too introverted for that. Like being trapped in with a bunch of sweaty bodies. No, no. I hate crowds. I don't like to be around a whole lot of people, and let alone squished in. Like no, no. That seems kind of gross to me. No offense to anybody who does enjoy that. To each their own, but it's not for me. Absolutely not. Clinical research? No, no, no. That's not the kind of doctorate. It's a PhD in psychology, but not clinical psychology, not psychiatry either. But the specialization is in risk, environment, and safety. So no patients, no clinical trials or anything like that. Um, one of the like one of the Rune Factory games. That would be quite a cool thing to strive toward, wouldn't it? Yeah, the line in the busy grocery store. That is, yeah. Hmm. I can tell you what my personal hell is. If you've ever been in a subway train in a major city, and by major I mean like million people, that is hell. Like at the busy time in a subway, being like squished in like sardines, not the level that it is in Japan where they literally just push them in, like compress people, but still bad, especially in summer when people's hygiene is lacking, you know? Ugh, terrible. Albion does not have a sharpening service. They don't need it. They come sharp enough. I mean, it depends a little bit. Some blades come sharper than others, and some of them can use a little bit of touch up, but I find them adequate, at least, the way they come. Hmm. I mean, you would know more if you've been in a mosh pit. You would know more about it. I can't. But the thing is, the entire setting, an event with that many people and that much noise, that in and of itself is a total turn off for me. I would not want that. I do not enjoy being in a place with that many people. That's just it's just a nope. Like I don't even like busy restaurants, let alone that, you know. But everybody is different. Got any good books to read? You can wait. Is it on? I don't have that on here on this video, but if you go to any of my videos on the main channel, in the description there's a list of Amazon recommendations. I have quite a number of books in that list, so I would recommend you check that out. I have most of most of my favorites on there, not all, but the ones that I could think of, basically. And yeah, the ones that I own are on there. And yeah, definitely that's a good way to look. Any good Indian swords? Sorry, not really. I don't know. I mean, no. The only thing I can think of is the Shamshir. That would be Persian rather than Indian. So there's not a whole lot of Indian stuff on the market. I mean, some that's made by dubious brands like Deepika. They are made in India, but not really quality. It's hard to find really good reproductions of arms and armor from India. I haven't really seen a whole lot. Sadly, I would like there to be more on the market that is really high enough quality that you can recommend, but have not seen much, unfortunately. Yeah, I have thought of getting a set of armor, and in fact, I've even started the process. Like I went on the waiting list for the armor, and like the most well-known armor in Canada here, Royal Oak Armory, and I had to, well, not cancel it. What I did was I paid the deposit, but then I changed it eventually, like a year or two later. I changed it to just the breastplate itself. So just what I can pay for with the deposit, because I realized that it's absolutely not justifiable for me to spend $10,000 on a set of armor, because that's what it would have been. And that was after so I ordered it before the first adpocalypse. That's how long the waiting list is. And then afterwards, I realized there's no way I can justify spending this much on armor. So I had to change that. That's just too big of an expense. Large crowds just bring a sword for comfort. Mm-hmm. Yeah, what could possibly go wrong? Better spiked armor. That'll give you some personal space without even having to do anything. Okay, Deepika will be introducing new and improved products available around the end of August. Okay. If they're substantially improved, then I'll look into them. Let's see. PayPal. Just making sure I'm not overlooking anything. No, okay, nothing new. All good then. Any good Chinese or Viking swords for 250-ish? Yes. Ronin makes a Viking sword for exactly 250 actually, which is good. I've reviewed that. Reason you chose Nova Scotia? Yes. Property prices, and it's not quite as remote as Newfoundland. I didn't want to be like all the way out, far away from everything, where you have to drive a very long time and take a ferry, etc., whatever. I wanted to be a little bit closer, and also I was just I just compared things like climate and a bunch of statistics basically, and I liked what I saw about Nova Scotia. So yeah, because Nova Scotia has milder climate than basically most other provinces aside from British Columbia. Please stop. What did that person do? Is this something that needs to be moderated? I don't know. I didn't see the comment. Does it get cold in the winter? Yeah. I mean, not as cold as Ontario by any means, but I think usually, from what I've seen in statistics, it usually doesn't get much colder than -15 or so. On some days, it can get, there can be a cold snap where it gets colder, but it doesn't get brutally cold there. Way colder than on Vancouver Island, but that's the case for all the rest of Canada. This is exceptionally mild here. You really didn't see anything, no. I saw this, of course, ironically. I tend to see shorter messages more easily because when I see a block, I sometimes just skip over it, just involuntarily. Just when my eyes scan for something, it's just the blocks suggest that I have to spend too much time on this, so it's better to read another one, if you know what I mean. Kind of sucks, but I have to be economical about this, so to speak. Because, I mean, you see how many comments there are, right? So, centigrade, yes, yes. Fahrenheit is ridiculous to me. Dual wield a gladius, why would you? They are really short, you know that, right? That's very short blades, so you're at a severe disadvantage. The thing is, it's combined with a shield because then you've got the protection against longer blades or longer weapons in general. But if you just have two short blades, you need to get into that the circle of death, the danger zone, which is the area where you enter your opponent's measure, which is their reach, while you cannot reach them themselves. So all you can do is defend yourself and you can't actually threaten them, which is a shitty place to be in. And the less reach you have compared to the opponent, the harder it is to close in without being hit. So you just put yourself at an unnecessary advantage just to look cool, basically. That's what I can tell you based on my experience in sparring. Were you a loner in high school? Not really. I mean, I wasn't like the popular kid by any means, but I had friends, and yeah, I wasn't super exceptional. I mean, I was introverted, so I didn't seek out social gatherings and whatnot, but I wasn't a social outcast, so to speak. I've always benefited from my natural charisma, you know. Does a pole arm stick with a hammerhead work? So a pole hammer? Yes. Pole hammers actually existed. Usually have a hammer head on one side and a spike or beak on the other. Would you recommend Wolflund? Can't really. I had 2 swords from them, and I didn't have them for long because they were disappointing, both of them. So I can't really disappoint. I can't disappoint them. I can't really recommend them based on my personal experiences so far. It doesn't mean that they don't have good stuff. It's just that what I've tried was not great. Okay, what else we got? Concrete plan / ideas for what sort of armor you want to test. Any hints? One thing I noticed just today, actually, earlier, was there seems to be a pretty good brigandine on Cult of Athena, made by wait, what was it called again? Art of Armor? What was it called? Armor Craft? I already forgot, damn it. I already forgot. Let me Where the hell is it? Bruh. I only just looked that up recently. Age of Craft. So completely different name. Never mind. Age of Craft. They have quite a nice looking brigandine. Might test that. Otherwise, I would like to do some more plate. You know, like solid breastplates and such. Let's see, zombiehammer.com. You will enjoy or be amused. Uh-oh. Will I? Am I allowed to be skeptical? What the fuck? What? No. Okay, I mean that's... Does everything have knuckles? That's what it looks like. We sell things with knuckle dusters attached to them. Okay. That's something that weapon collector could have started. Hammer. Zombie hammer hammers. Yeah, that makes sense. The zombie hammer. Okay. So a bunch of stuff with knuckle guards. I mean, okay. I'm not... I mean, it's pretty cool. Like, I'm not thrilled by it, but then again, I'm also not thrilled by a lot of things. I gotta admit that. What is that? What? The brain saw. Well, that's freaky. I will definitely applaud their ingenuity on this. That is an unusual design. That is definitely a very badass collector's thing. I don't think that would be very practical by any means, but that's clearly not the idea. Okay, a spiky mace. I do like this. It's kind of like a mix of a knuckle duster, a bar mace, and a flanged mace. So that's pretty cool. Not bad. Yeah. Zombies always try to bite you in the knuckles first, right? Okay, what else we got? Falcon Punch. Yeah, that'll do in the zombie apocalypse. Yeah, knuckle eating zombies. That's just such a nuisance. Like, damn it. They be nibbling on them knuckles. That's actually what I was also thinking. Using a mace with your fingers and a knuckle duster would mean broken fingers. Yeah, I'm not really happy about that idea. I mean, there's a lot of there's a lot of potential for that to go wrong. What I think in particular is something that's top heavy. Imagine you miss a swing and you don't hold on to it tightly enough, and the thing just starts to tilt forward and just kind of just, you know, torques your fingers to hell and back. Like that. Oh, that seems. So basically, in a situation where you would otherwise lose the weapon, which of course is bad, in this case you would retain the weapon, but you would have your fingers broken. Which I don't think it's a good trade-off, right? Degloving, yeah, that could happen potentially. So, yeah, there's issues with that. Yeah, that's a very unpleasant thought, isn't it? Like, oh man, can you imagine? Like, that would be all kinds of painful. All kinds. The old blade shop, I may come back to it every now and then, just not super regularly. Yeah, if your knife got stuck in a zombie head, it's going to be more awkward to get your hand out of it if you need to. Yeah. You heard the crunchy cracking noises, yeah. Try any low carbon iron aged sword reproductions? Not yet. I would like to, but ironically, they're often a lot more expensive than steel because hardly anybody works with iron. And the ones who do are like Temple, for example. They're like high end uh, makers of very historically accurate designs, and they tend to be pretty expensive as a result. So you pay more for lower material quality, essentially, compared to high end steel, at least. Native American weapons. Yeah, I will most likely do something about that. In fact, I have one thing that has been planned for months, and I just haven't been able to do it here, but I will in a new place. So it's all just a matter of time, you know. The best two-handed greatsword you've ever wielded. The Albion Maximilian, which is basically the only one I've wait, no, that's not true. I had the Hanwei Lowlander, which was not I mean, it was okay for the price, but not amazing by any means. The Maximilian is dramatically better. But yeah, otherwise that's it. I mean, I've handled practice great swords, which is a little bit ironic because sparring with them isn't exactly safe, you know. What kind of video is your favorite to make? It depends a lot on my mood at the time, but usually weapon tests I can always enjoy. Any videos on Indian arms and armor? Like I mentioned earlier, there's really not a lot on the market that's actually like there isn't a lot overall in terms of reproductions, and there isn't much that's actually well made, sadly. I would be interested otherwise, but it's really hard to get your hands on anything that's decent or anything at all, even. Yeah, 50 jillion things planned for the new place. Pretty much. Pretty much. The first big project would be set up the workshop. That's kind of the first thing I need to do to get really started. So I'll get some of the basic tools. I will most likely want a bandsaw and definitely a belt grinder. I will need that for all kinds of things. Drill press would be good to have, and then with that I could make quite a lot of things, make and modify and all of that. Forge, no, I mean not in the beginning at the very least. Maybe eventually. I would have to learn forging. I mean, I have basically I'll have to learn a lot of things because I've never had much opportunity for a lot of crafting. You know, living in rental apartments, it's just you can't do a whole lot. Wait, it was just Super chat coming in. We do an in-depth review of the Gallo class. I have. You must have missed it. I actually did a review of it. Oh wait. Oh no, actually, I get what you mean. I think what I did was a first impression video, was it? I don't even remember what I did. I've made so many videos. I have at this point the total number of videos uploaded on my channel is like over 1,600. I don't even know what I've done and haven't done, not even in recent times. It all kind of blends together, and it's yeah. But yeah, I think you're right. I haven't done the final review yet, have I? I think it's just been the first impression. Let me just double check that. Oh, come on, load. For fluff's sake. Oh. Right, not even really first impression. It was just a video about, yeah, I got this, and then I did some test cutting with it. Yeah, yeah, definitely more first impression-ish. That was not the actual review. So yeah, eventually I'll do that. Destruction room. I don't think, yeah, exactly. I don't think that's going to be a room. That's likely going to be outside. I mean, I'll have a pretty large workshop where I can do things as well if it's pissing buckets outside or whatever, I suppose. Bronze arrowheads, yes, that would be interesting for sure. And different types of arrowheads. I mean, probably more likely bolts, because at least the last time I tried, my wrecked shoulder was causing too much trouble with archery, and now the other shoulder is messed up too. I mean, it's gotten better, but yeah, I'll have to see if how well I can do that at this point. But I'm also planning to set up a home gym so I can work out more and hopefully fix myself. There is a lot to fix at this point. And I'm not getting any younger. Coolest historical India/China weapons with just pictures video. I generally don't really like to do the just pictures kind of video. I prefer to actually have practical experience, or do actual tests. Just talking about it just based on pictures feels incomplete to me. I mean, I do that sometimes because there are certain things that I have no chance of really getting my hands on. So there's that. But maybe at some point. Castle Keep? No, I've never had a sword from Castle Keep. Future of self-flying planes? Oh yeah, seems plausible. Drone technology has come pretty far, and I mean, self-driving cars are getting there. I would not be surprised if that becomes fairly common soon-ish. What was that? Okay. Yes, you are indeed awake. I only had to start this like 2 hours later than usual. And even then you're late. Bruh. Why are you so late, bruh? Skull drone pizza delivery? Yes. Yes, please. Getting pizza without having to interact with people at all? Hmm. Me likey. No, your mom gay. Fashionably late? Yeah, I mean it's a bit of a trademark. I wouldn't feel safe in a fully automatic plane. Why not? I don't feel safe with humans in charge because humans are all kinds of messed up sometimes. Humans make all kinds of mistakes all the time. I think AI would actually do a lot better. I mean, if it's being perfected and everything. And self-driving cars are already really good, actually. So I don't really, and I think autonomous drones are doing quite well from what I've seen. So if they're good enough to drop bombs in the Middle East, they're good enough to transport people, right? That was maybe a little dark, but that's me. I almost reported the stream. Well, thanks that you didn't. Reported for inappropriateness. How does one even accidentally report something? Um, I mean, I guess it can happen. All kinds of things can happen. Cheese puffs, delicious. Um, well, yeah. There can sometimes there can be issues with the sensors, but sometimes there can also be issues with human sensors. Human senses can be deceived, and sometimes there have been cases where a the human present in a self-driving car overcorrected and actually caused the crash where the AI would have been fine. So, I mean, that's the thing. We expect AI to be 100% perfect, flawless all the time and never make mistakes. And we accept the comparatively high human failure rate, which seems a little weird to me. It's just like if AI fails less often than humans do, that's good as far as I'm concerned. And it'll just keep getting better. So there's that. Fingerprint protected weapons and cheats? Huh. That's an interesting idea. Like fingerprint scanner on the handle of a sword, and then that releases the lock that holds it in the scabbard. Interesting idea. I'm not sure I don't think that's needed, but it's an interesting idea. Yeah, yeah, it's because we expect a human to learn from mistakes, but an AI is just what it is. That's the thing, though. AI can learn too. There, there are self-improving learning AIs, and that's really the way to go. It seems that seems like that's where AI is headed. AI that can actually learn basically from scratch. Like it can experiment and kind of figure things out by itself and self-correct and just expand more and more. Um, and just yeah, it just improves its own abilities for the tasks that it's intended for. It doesn't mean it becomes self-aware and takes over or anything like that. Hmm. AI scares you? I don't know. I'm actually fairly positive toward AI. Um, the thing is this: AI can become a danger because of human behavior. Like for example, remember what was it called again? There was this AI bot on Twitter. It had a name, I forgot, but they released this chat bot on Twitter who interacted with people, and a couple of days later, it turned into like a Trump supporting flat Earth, hate ideology spewing, disrespectful piece of shit, basically. Yeah, who was like Hitler's did nothing wrong and all that, and some people were like, "See, this is what AI is," but it's like you taught the AI to learn from its interactions with humans, and then you put it on the most toxic place available, the internet, where a bunch of basement trolls are around, and so many people do nothing but just cause mayhem and bully people and be complete assholes deliberately, plus even, yeah, Tay, exactly, plus even more so deliberately messing with the AI. What did you expect would happen? Of course that would happen. I mean, come on. Like, you know, so it just held up a mirror to how shitty human behavior is, on the internet in particular, but on in general. And it doesn't have to go that way. Exactly, says more about the internet than the AI. That's exactly what I think. People on the internet are just garbage quite often. And the I mean, this is really largely a problem of culture, like internet culture is just rotten in a lot of ways. You wouldn't have internet be any other way, really? I would. I would I would like to introduce consequences for being an asshole, basically. I mean, there are some, like getting banned and whatnot, but I would like there to be a little more than that, so that people think twice. Because if you think about it, if you interact with real people on the street in public, there will be consequences if you're being an asshole. On the internet, you can get away with a lot because you hide like a coward behind a screen, behind anonymity. That's not what you can get away with in real life. Well, quote unquote real life. You know what I mean. Meat space. I mean, people are still being assholes physically in person as well, of course, but less so and fewer, I would say. Now I want Domino's. What? I didn't even mention pizza or Domino's or anything. why, why you want that now? Don't blame it on me. Yeah, neural networks, shit in, shit out. That's a good way to put it. You could get punched in the face on the street. Yeah, there's just and just people wouldn't dare talk to other people face to face the way they do when they hide behind, like Pussy Slayer 612, like the fucking anonymous username. Why are you talking about Domino's now? I have no idea what you're talking about. Stop talking about pizza, or I want it, and I don't want to want it. So shut up about it. I didn't bring it up. Harmless trolling is very fun. I wouldn't actually call that trolling. Like, to me, trolling, like, part of the definition of trolling is that it's toxic and just disrespectful and just kind of a dick move. But that's my personal interpretation. Like, to me, what you probably mean as harmless trolling is what I would consider like just humor. Just sarcasm, or pulling someone's leg or things like that. I wouldn't call that trolling, really. You said that AI should. I didn't bring that up. Somebody else said something about AI pizza drones. I didn't bring that up. Don't you put that on me. Like dumplings? What dumplings? Any? I mean, yeah, generally. I like the general concept of dumplings, if you want to know. Whoever said it, that's your fault, yeah. I don't even know who brought that up originally. I don't even know anymore. Should review a sword from one of those cheap sword companies. I have done that before. I had pizza today for meal. Good for you. Or maybe not. I mean, it's probably not good for your health, but it's still good for you in the sense of you enjoyed yourself, right? Right. It's your favorite chocolate brand from Europe. I'm just gonna go mainstream here and just say Lind. Boring, right? What happened to the catfish of death? I gave it away. What? Pizza with hummus instead of cheese? I don't know what I think about that. I mean, I guess I could see that working. I don't know. I don't know. Seems a little wrong to me, but maybe it's okay. I don't know. I have not tried it, and you shouldn't ditch something until you've tried it. The thing is, one of the things that people mention that's supposedly more perverted than pineapple on pizza is curry banana on pizza. And the thing is, it sounds like absolute nightmare. It sounds disgusting, but I've actually had it once, and believe it or not, it works. It's actually good. Like, you can feel free to just not believe it, but it's actually good. I didn't want to believe it myself. Peach is pushing it a little bit, as far as I'm concerned. But I don't know. Pizza's lost its magic for you. Yeah, I guess. If you work there, I can see that. But I don't know. I can't even imagine. Like, if I worked at a pizza place, I don't really imagine I would really get tired of it even then. I would probably get fatter, but I don't know. Maybe I just say that because I've never worked at a pizza place. So mayonnaise and shrimp. I don't know about that. Baklava. Oh yeah, that is good stuff. Good stuff. Japan needs to burn. Come on, they've already been nuked twice. Give them a break. What more do you want? And Fukushima too. So come on. All the radiation. Favorite ice cream? The most delicious ice cream I've ever had was actually Rocher ice cream. Mmm. Oh, damn. That was back in Europe. I've never seen it around here, sadly. But also haven't looked for it. Ketchup pizza? Get out of here. What? I'm always deeply confused when I see the option at a pizza place of just picking ketchup instead of pizza sauce. Like, why would you ever do that? Like, pizza sauce is just I I don't have words. Just ketchup? Like, dude, what? I can't even. Yeah, I know, right? People do that. I, I, I can't. I can't, bro. It's like eating a sandwich dry without anything. Just it's like eating a peanut butter jelly sandwich with just the peanut butter, or better, just with some just with some crushed peanuts. Yeah. Okay, I will check the super chat. Um, Paneer tikka pizza. Okay, and thank you by the way. Uh, let's see. Let me actually look that up. Hmm. I know that paneer is a type of cheese, like an Indian dish. Um, hmm. Remind me again, why are we still talking about pizza after I asked you to not talk about it so I don't get the craving? It's too late. You've done it now. Now I have the craving, damn you. Damn you. That looks delicious. Stop it now. I have next to no self-control when it comes to food. I'm just gonna let you know. Like when it comes to food, my willpower. Well, okay, I'll put it this way. It's not that I have no willpower when it comes to food. It's that my willpower is astronomically high for getting delicious food. The will to eat tasty noms is overpowering. That's what I'm going to tell you. That's why I keep switching back and forth between kind of slim-ish or average build and fat. And I'm currently chubby again because it has once again. The urge to eat tasty noms has once again dominated my brain. Shut up now. No. Stop with the pizza. You're a bunch of torturers. You know that? It's not the first time that this came up either. It's like pizza is like a recurring theme, a recurring topic on the live streams for some reason. I probably shouldn't even say for some reason because it's not exactly surprising. It's one of the best things that humanity has ever produced. So, yeah. Damn it. Read other posts? I can't. When I say the word pizza, my eyes are automatically drawn to it. You don't understand, bro. Like, I see, just immediately my eyes just shoot toward the word pizza. Pizza. It's like I cannot not see it. It's the most eye capturing thing. Stop saying the P word. Damn it. Why do you keep doing this? Dinosaurs. There we go. That's better. No, shut up. Yes, it is your fault. It is all your fault. And your only way to atone for your sin is to order an extra large pizza and have it sent to me. No, it's not. I'm obviously messing with you. Deep fried Mars bar? Dude, what? Like, crank up the cancer to over 9,000, will ya? Trying to control my diet is honestly one of the hardest things on earth for me. I feel you. I'm the same way, sadly. This is really controlling my eating and getting control of my other bad habits. Well, no, really, it's really eating and exercise that's really the biggest challenge for me. It really is. I have phases of doing very well, like, super healthy and kind of almost fitness fanatic level, but then I crash again. Crash and burn. What was your favorite beer before you... I didn't really quit drinking because I was never into drinking. That's the thing. And I was never a fan of beer. I always found it too bitter. And even like the sweeter, dark types, I mean, it's okay, but I've never really been into that. And I've always hated the effect of alcohol as soon as I feel it, even just a little bit. So it's not really my thing. Thoughts on Deepika? Based on my experiences with them so far, junk. Like, total junk. That's all I can say. Based on what I've seen and tried so far. Probably shouldn't continue streaming for too much longer because there is still plenty to do today. As every day, really. Stop with the pizza. Whether it's chocolate or not. Just stop mentioning the P word. It's already too late. Yeah, just watch people start talking about other food now. Yeah, there we go. Right as I'm saying it. That was too predictable. Guys, you're too predictable. You gotta be a little more creative than that. Yeah, I guess. Alcohol does seem like an acquired taste. And it's not like... I mean, pretty much no matter how much people are into alcohol, usually they can tell you that the very first time they tried it, it was not an enjoyable experience. But then they convince themselves that it's awesome because everybody says it's awesome, and because they want to be drunk, they want the effect and all that. And it's like, I never got it, and I'm glad that I didn't. No, I have not tested a harpoon. I have never tried haggis and have never had any interest in it either. Only makes you depressed. Yeah, there you go. That ain't great. Yes. Yeah, I agree with that. I'm the same way. Happiest moments are when you're most alert, like when you're most mentally present and clear-headed and all that. Yeah. You're awesome. I hope you know that. Thank you, but I generally disagree. I am very aware of my flaws and issues and, you know, hyper aware, perhaps. In fact, not just perhaps. If you go by what people think who know me, they think I'm way too self-critical, but I'd rather be that than be one of those arrogant douchebags. There's too many of those around who think they're perfect and everything they do is great. Anyway, so yeah, I think I'll wrap it up here. Um, well, yeah, sure, you can be awesome without being perfect. It's just that I have a rather negative self-image, and being awesome is not part of that. So yeah, but whatever. Thank you all for showing up and hanging out and having a chat. Thank you very much for the super chats. Those are definitely appreciated. They always help out. Especially you, Dan, of course. That was very generous, and you're awesome. I hope you know that. Anyway, so yeah, you're all awesome. Let's end with that. Everybody is awesome in their own way. Let's end with that. So, and I will shove a pizza up your ass if you don't stop it. So, thanks and have a good one, folks. I will see you next time.